Welcome to the Ville, Yankeeville. Welcome to the YouTube channel again, guys. If you're new to the channel, drop a like, drop a subscribe on the channel. I appreciate any support early on in the channel. This is the third video, and the topic for today is why trading Jazz Chisholm is a mistake, a huge mistake, actually. So, why Jazz Chisholm being traded or being on the trade block is a mistake? It's obvious. He is the second best second baseman in the league behind Ketel Marte. He had a great season last year in 2025. Little bit of his stats. In the 2025 season, he had 242, 31 home runs, 80 RBIs, 31 stolen bases, 813 OPS, 125 OPS plus. So he was 25% better than the rest of the league at second base, which is not normally known for a power position. He had 31 home runs, 31 stolen bases. He was elite. He made the All-Star team last year. He was a 2025 Silver Slugger. And overall, he was great in the lineup. It was the first full year of him being in the Yankees lineup. He kind of slotted in, whether he was hitting in the 4-hole, the 5-hole, the 6-hole. He was kind of in those spots in the lineup. But overall, he had a very successful year. Obviously, we acquired him the year before, towards the middle of the season. So it was good to see a full year of Jazz Chisholm in the lineup. He was great. Going into 2026, obviously, it's going to be his age 28 season. He's in arbitration, so he's going to be making around $11.7 million, which is a pretty good number for a former 2- to 3-time All-Star who's hitting in the middle of your lineup and is a potential 30-30 threat every single year. So the reason why that's important, because if we look at our previous second baseman that we had before Jazz Chisholm, Gleyber Torres. Gleyber Torres, obviously, he came out strong his rookie season, hit almost 40 home runs. He was a great power bat initially. Granted, it was in the juice ball era, so that's why his power numbers were a little inflated that year. But overall, Gleyber was a solid middle of the lineup bat, but where he lacked was defensively. Jazz is a good defensive second baseman. Obviously, he has his lapses where he throws it in the stands, and everybody knows that from time to time he has his defensive lapses. But overall, he's a good defensive second baseman. Obviously, we don't want to play him out of position like we did at third. So keeping him at second is very important for the defensive rotation of the team. So overall, when you compare what we had with Gleyber compared to what we have with Jazz, in my opinion, it's a big difference. Jazz is going to be an all-star as long as he, focuses every single year. I think being in this clubhouse compared to being in Miami, it gives him more motivation. The first year he came here, he was in the World Series. He wants to be a Yankee, and we need to prioritize him and retain him on the team. We don't need to put him on the trade block and trade him and bring in Bo Bichette. That's not going to do anything for this lineup. It's just balancing out at that point. So, like I said, with Jazz Chisholm compared to Gleyber, it's a net positive when you look at the results and kind of how he slates in Yankee Stadium. He's a left-handed bat, left-handed power and speed threat. Just overall, he's a good addition in the lineup. Also, when it comes to the power and speed threat, it was our first 30-30 season from a Yankee since Alfonso Soriano in 2003. That's a big, big deal because traditionally, over the last 10-15 years, the Yankees lineup has been more power bats and less athleticism. Luke Voits, Giancarlo Stanton's, obviously Judge is okay with his athletics, but obviously he's a 6'7" guy. He's not the fastest. But when we have someone in there that can hit 30 home runs, that can steal 30 bases, is very gifted athletically. Obviously, there was a play in the playoffs where he went first to third, and he positioned us to score in that game because of his speed. Speed kills, whether that's in the lineup defensively or offensively. That is a dynamic that we need to retain in the lineup, and it's something that the Yankees have been missing for a long, long time. Jazz Chisholm needs to be retained, and moving forward past 2026, obviously he's on a 1-year deal because of arbitration. He needs to be re-signed to a long-term contract. He's going to be in his age 28 season, like I mentioned previously. So we need to give him a contract that obviously the Yankees front office needs to feel comfortable with, whether that's a 5-6 year deal, taking him into his age 33 or age 34 season. That would be great for the team. We don't want to let all-star players walk out of the door, put them on a trade block just because we see other options instead of adding and adding to the team, like I previously mentioned in another video with the Dodgers. The Dodgers, they don't trade their players unless they absolutely have to. They want to add to the team as much as possible. You look at their lineup, they're stacked 1 through 9. The Yankees are not stacked 1 through 9. There's a lot of gaping holes in the lineup. And when we had a Jazz that we added about a year and a half ago, it was able to close some of those holes in the lineup, because previously running we were running DJ LeMahieu at second base. The corpse of DJ LeMahieu. DJ LeMahieu, obviously we appreciate his efforts that he brought to the team when we brought him in from Colorado, but over time, Father Time is undefeated. He really looked like a shell of himself. He looked like a shell of himself because his legs were not there. He started to have lower body injuries. He was always a contact guy. But over the last few years of his career with the Yankees, he was hitting a lot of ground balls instead of line drives up the middle, going opposite field. DJ was hitting 250, 260 with no power. Defensively, he was lacking. And it was just overall a problem for the team. So when it comes to, like I said, with Jazz Chisholm, he's a great addition. I know he's a flashy player, but we need that flash in the lineup to spark. This is some dynamic that we never had, we've never seen in the lineup in a very long time. Like I said, since 2003 with Alfonso Soriano. So Jazz needs to be retained. Trading him would be a huge, huge mistake. And overall, the offseason hasn't done too much, and it would be a net negative if we traded Jazz Chisholm and replaced him with the Bo Bichette. Doesn't make any sense in my opinion. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like I said, like, subscribe. Welcome to the Ville, Yankeeville. Always going to be here. We're going to be making videos every single week covering these topics. But I appreciate the support, and I hope to see you on the channel next time.